Let's turn now to the Senate impeachment trial of President Trump. I'm joined by Democratic Senator Cory Booker of New Jersey. And Senator Booker, there's so much on our plate as a country, so much on your plate as the United States Senate. So the first question, when should we expect this trial to start and be done with?
Well, I think to get technical off the bat, there's some frustrations about getting timelines set. You need the Republican leader to cooperate in terms of time agreements, but I fully expect it to happen as quickly as possible. And I think what also is going to happen is that we're going to be able to do a lot of things at once. I think we should, if we can get the time agreements from our Republican leader, we can actually hold impeachment trials as well as do other urgently critical things like getting key national security personnel confirmed as well.
Is there, it's interesting you say it that way. So what you're saying is this isn't an issue with the Senate parliamentarian. This is Mitch McConnell. He's yet to agree on a timeline?
Well, you know, I talked again to Senator Schumer last night about the same concerns that you seem to be asking about. I, for one, want to drive President Biden's economic agenda. We have a real crisis. We have a pandemic. We have an economic recession. We have national security threats. It really necessitates the Republican leader coming forward with time agreements, and that's one of the things that's concerning soon-to-be Majority Leader Chuck Schumer.
Is there anything do you think the impeachment trial should be delayed in order to focus on the Biden agenda, or do you think you guys need to do both at the same time?
We need to do both at the same time. These are all, and I can't think of a president in my lifetime that came to power with so many challenges, and I think the American people have a right to expect that we can work on a lot of different fronts, from an economic recession to a pandemic to national security threats, as well as holding a president accountable who persistently lied to the American people, whipped up far right-wing extremists, and incited a riot, an assault, and a siege on the United States Capitol.
Is there any doubt in your mind that this trial is constitutional after he leaves office? I say this, Tom Cotton, a Republican senator from Arkansas, is arguing that since he's out of office, that he thinks the trial's unconstitutional. What say you?
Well, again, I think that there is a lot of people who are going to express opinions with a great degree of certainty. We have policies and procedures as well as a one whole branch of government to be the referee on these things. I believe it is constitutionally dangerous not to proceed. We just had a president of the United States try to undermine the peaceful transition of power, try to challenge a fair and free election. And him and his agents, from the moments before, from his son to his lawyer, whipping up a crowd to go attack the Capitol. So I believe fundamentally the Senate has an obligation to act. And I worry about folks who might want to try to make this into a political tit for tat, that they're missing the larger historical picture here. There must be accountability for actions that are this serious and this much of a threat, not just to our Constitution, but to the erosion of our nation.
Senator, when I think about the, say, 24 Senate Republicans that I might put in a category as persuadable for conviction, you know who those folks are. You have pretty good relationships, I think, with quite a few of them. How would you advise the House impeachment managers to design their arguments to win over that group? And you know there's that group that's a little bit more establishment, a little bit more institutional, and the ones that have been silent in the 4 years when it comes to Donald Trump's behavior.
Yeah, we tend to vilify people who are not in our political party too much in this country. There are good people who I serve with in the United States Senate who I've come to admire and respect, who I know are going to be thoughtful and circumspect about this. And so I hope that this is in no way seen as a political endeavor. It has got to be a larger perspective, and the arguments have to come, as I imagine they will, from really the dire issues before us as a nation. Will a president be held accountable for what he did? And what he did was extreme. What he did was ahistoric. What he did was certainly meriting impeachment. And now we have to have a fair trial that I hope the arguments rest, frankly, in the law and on the facts.
All right. Senator Cory Booker, Democrat from New Jersey. As you said, we have so many other things on our plate, but obviously impeachment being a focal point this weekend. Thank you for coming on and sharing your perspective with us, sir. I appreciate it. And please stay safe.
Thank you.